knowing your situation and knowing, golly, this is almost impossible. But when you meet the right person like Christy, that guided us through the process, it made it a lot easier for
us. It's divine, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it's a story that has a journey, and someone gave her a number, and I think after lunch, and I said, call this number, and she called the number, and Jared answered the phone, and that wasn't the number she intended to call, and she was on speaker while talking with him, and one thing I would say, he was very professional.
Very much.
Very detailed and knowledgeable, and he was able to gauge us in terms of coming to the office to talk to Christy. And of course, we made the appointment, and then we gathered. I said it was divine because it wasn't planned to go to Christy, and God directed us there to her. And knowing our situation, she was patient and advised us all the time on what to do and how to go about it.
100% satisfied with the way the top was the process. Like when we walked into the office, our name was on the screen.
Yeah.
It's like, welcome.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm somebody now. Yeah, like my name art. I'm like, look at Victor, her name is up there. It was awesome. So from beginning to the end, Top Realty Source did a great job. So we're 100% satisfied
Very
with what they did.
exceptional.
Couldn't ask for nothing more, honestly. You could hear it rocked.
Yeah.
He told me in depth. He told me programs that they had available. If I didn't qualify for one or the other, he said, well, if you can't do this, we can get you in this. If we can't get you in this one, we're going to get you in this one. But he was very specific into what he was able to provide for us, the services that we were needing, and he met all of those. He really did a good job with holding true to what he told us over one phone call. So the minute we left from Jared and got into contact with Miss Christy, it was like, oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, so she stayed with us. So she let us know what the next process was going to be. Everything she said she was going to do, she did.
Did it and then some.
Yeah.
This very house that we sitting there right now, I'm like, I don't even want to look at that because that's way out of my budget. Like, I ain't gonna be able to get that. From the negotiation skills, just everything was just.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did I get approved for that house? So it was just awesome. She's a real thoroughbred. Like, she a go-getter. She about her business, and that's what we were looking for. Like somebody that's not gonna play with us and drag us along to see how far we could get it. Then if a door closes, you walk away. Chrissy didn't walk away through any instance. She told us any obstacle we came in front of, she talked us through it and how to come across it. So we're sitting here right now. We're sitting here right now.
This is the final result.
In a house I thought I wasn't gonna qualify for. Easy to throw it in the towel if you ain't got somebody that's encouraging you and pushing you to keep going because they know they see the bigger goal in the end. It's easy to give up, but you would need somebody like a Christy in your corner that's saying, hey, if y'all follow this process, trust me, you're going to get some keys. And that's essentially what happened.
And the patience.
Patience, yes, that too.
Patience she has, you know. She didn't, she wasn't going after the money. She was going after the happiness that we were going to get at the end.
Yes.
She wanted to make sure that we were happy. The results were, I think it was more important to her than anything else because she took time and she showed us several houses. Anything we wanted, she was available. So she had that patience in terms of helping us to achieve the goal that we wanted. And I remember when we did the final walkthrough, and she showed up and she said, "This is it." You know, that was very touching because if you look at the journey, to where that very day when she came here and said, this is it, you're about to get your keys in a few hours. If you haven't been on that road of trying to own a home and go through denials or doubts, and then you have someone who is more experienced in the field, take your hand and guide you through your credit process and the loan process and the challenges along the way and still stay with you, you would understand it.
Yeah.
You would understand.
You doubt. Just keep your faith. I mean, it's gonna come. Whoever needs to hear that, whoever is listening or looking for an opportunity to purchase, it's gonna be doubt. You're gonna get scared. You're gonna get frustrated. But in Christy's words, trust the process. Just trust the process, and you'll see your home. You'll see your home.
It wasn't an overnight process. Now, it was. It took months, but once you got into
But it wasn't a long process.
Well,
About 3 months.
Yeah, but once you get to the final stage, it went very fast. So.
I can say one thing: she didn't give up. I've had this experience with a previous realtor trying to get me qualified to purchase, and once we ran into one roadblock, it was like, bye.
Well, for me, is when we try to process in the past, and everybody want to tell you they can do something until they see what your present situation is, and make you pay all these outstanding collections and stuff, and that doesn't even have any effect on your credit. But when we met her, it's just the patience and the advice. Sometimes you need a professional advice on what you want to do, on someone who is very knowledgeable about the business. So they guide you. They guide you and tell you this is what we're going to do next, this is what we're going to do next. And that's the key. And not because of your A1 standing or whatever standing you have. It's just the fact that I'm going to guide you through the process. And if you go with me, you will get it. Understanding the credit situation. And when we talked, she said, Christy wants us to do this. Now, I'm Mr. Skeptical. I'm the one that will tell you, forget it, I'm not doing it, I don't believe in that and stuff, but something just told me, go for it. So we talked about it and we went for it. And within 30 days, we're seeing results. Very, very significant results. And even at that particular time, we were like, okay, we're ready to go. She was like, no, you're not. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. So it's just the guidance, the follow-up and the phone calls. I remember my wife on the phone with her, 10 p.m. at night, they're talking.
All
And
time
yes,
at night.
and
Didn't matter.
the advice and stuff. And even when we had to meet to look at houses and stuff, she already got it, the place all set up, even with brand new homes and the agents and stuff. You walk in there, it's like, they already know you, so. Even I think before we had the closing date, we already knew we were closing, but they were here, we were upstairs, and she was out there playing pool.
Playing pool with us. And she beat me in my own house. She beat me in pool. I'm gonna get you back.
It goes beyond sales.
Yeah, with her.
It goes to the point of relationship. Mm-hmm. Not because I've done my job with you, but I still want to maintain a relationship with you, and then you go from there, which is very important. When you have a relationship, it's very important. So
my most memorable is when I was nervous about down payment. And I'm like, okay, we done did this, we done cleaned up this, now I gotta come up with all this money, right, out of my pocket. I'm like, Victor, how we gonna do it? We were both trying to converse and say, like, golly, that's a lot. And this lady told me, Miss Christy, she said, we gonna look at different lenders to see which one best suits your needs. And when I tell you, and she knew how I'm like, well, we got to make sure we have this money saved for this money saved for this, and we still living here. So, and she talked us through how to make sure we had enough money to where we needed to move, if I needed to stay in an apartment or extend the lease before closing. I mean, she was that in detail. And she found me a lender that qualified us for 100% finance. I still can't explain it. It's just, I just still can't explain.
Tears of joy. It's
unreal. Like,
yeah, you know, you can't describe it. You know, it's like you've been in the battlefield, and now the war is over, and then you want to describe the war. You cannot, because you were actually in it. So, but the end result was just joyful, just happiness, and you know, just knowing how we started, how Jerry got us into the office, how she made the phone call to the office, and Jerry answered the phone and gave us all the programs that were offered by the company, and we got there, and no disappointment from that day to the end. No disappointment. We said we want to, you know, before school starts, and that was our goal, and want to make sure the kids are in this school, because this is the school they first came. We got to Houston. That was the first school they went to, so they like the school and their friends were there. So, and I think she said, well, you will close by the 31st.
She said it.
She said it. And we got a closing date for the 31st. No changes, nothing. And we closed.
She said it. What day? Before she said it.
Before school starts, you will close. And we moved and got them into the school. I wouldn't describe her as a realtor, because that's a profession. That's what she does. But I will describe her as someone who cares. You know, there's a difference when you see a realtor. Because we dealt with so many of them and walked away with disappointment. So the job is what you do, but do you really care enough to help the person achieve their goal? So I would describe her as someone who cares. I mean, she does this as a profession, but she really cares. She goes beyond that job. You know, she wants you to be happy, the satisfaction, the results. You know, and I saw it in her even when we had the closing. I saw it in her. You know, she was there. You know, she was. She had that look of, I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Sincerely
yes,
happy.
Yeah. She was happy for us. You know, I say exceptional because sometimes you don't really know how to describe what you got until you really go there yourself. My advice is go check the place out. Go meet with Christy and see. You know, she'll advise you. She'll tell you what to do. And if you listen, you'll get what you want. We don't know the walk God is giving you, the path God is directing you to. Sometimes in the flesh, we are disobedient about that. We want to do things based on what we see because it gives us that personal satisfaction. But if you obey and let God direct your path, you will see it. We obeyed. Me, Mr. Skeptical, Mr. Doubtful of everything, after she talked to Jared, I'm like, okay, we have to go. We got to go at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. And besides, traffic was horrible. She kept calling the office and we're running late. Left to me, I was a turnaround. I'm gone. But for some reason, there was obedience.
And Christy waited for us.
Yeah, she waited for us. So that's why I say it was divine, because if it's what I see I want to get. And we tried that, and we got disappointed. A lot of denials until we met her.